Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Alin Nikita.
My name is Muhammad Ibnu Rian.
And my friend Nella Margarita.
And Guru Hidayatullah.
We want to explain about history and development of batik.
History of batik. Batik, the art of art forms, standing techniques that using candles is the one ancient art forms. The discoveries is from the Egypt that knows before the 4th century. With the discovery of mummy wrapping cloth, and which was also coated with wax to form patterns. In Asia, batik was also applied in China during the Tang Dynasty. In Japan and India, this technique was also applied during the Nara period. In the Africa, he said Yoruba tribe, known by the Yoruba tribe, the Nigeria is Saninke and Wolof in Senegal.
Batik activities. First, Pekalongan. Pekalongan is famous with pembatik santri because of the character of batik motif is influenced by Islamic culture. Second, Jogja. The ancient art forms is very easy to know because Jogja's batik has very old ancient and the color about black, white, and sometimes dark red. Third, Cirebon. When we're talking about Cirebon batik, everybody will start thinking about the man who preacher in Cirebon. He is Sunan Gunung Jati.
I want to tell you about development batik in Indonesia. Originally, batik was done only limited in the palace environment. However, because there many of followers of the king who live outside the palace, The batik art was taken outside the palace and done in their respective homes. In its development, the batik work gradually became a job for women in the household to fill spare time. Batik, which was only a palace family clothing, then became popular people's clothing, both women and men. The most cities that are famous of batik in Indonesia is the first one is Pekalongan, the second one is Jogja, and the third one is Cirebon. First, batik activities. First, Pekalongan. Pekalongan is famous with pembatik santri because the character of the Pekalongan batik is influenced by Islamic culture. Second, Jogja. The ancient art form is very easy to know because Jogja's batik has very old ancient and the color about black, brown, and white, sometimes dark red. Third, Cirebon. When we're talking about Cirebon batik, everybody will start thinking about the man who preached in Cirebon. He is Sunan Gunung Jati, as known as Ki They Trust Me. The most cities that are famous of batik. In Pekalongan, this motif usually is using for formal shirt. In Jogja, batik usually for wedding costume. In Cirebon, there is iconic motif called Megamendung.
Here I want to tell you and show you the tools that you must prepare when you make batik. I'm gonna tell you the tools. The first is chanting, the second is pen, and the third is stove. So chanting is for cover the pattern with malam, and the second is pen. Pen is container when the candle or malam melted while you heat under the stove. And the third is stove. Stove is for make the hot pan while you heat the candle or malam on the pan. So this is the fourth and the fifth tools. The fourth is candle or malam and the fifth is mori fabric. Candle or malam is usually used for cover the pattern from dyeing or coloring, and the mori fabric is used for making batik, and usually you must make the pattern first on mori fabric. So that is the tools that you need when you make batik, and thank you.
Why we must be proud of batik and why batik can be famous in UNESCO. Batik is one of the identities of the Indonesian nations in the eyes of the world. Besides, batik can also increase the country's foreign exchange because of the export of batik abroad. Batik is also one of Indonesia's cultural heritage that has been recognized worldwide. Batik has been designed as the Indonesia's cultural heritage by UNESCO on 2 October 2009 as the National Batik Day. Why we must be proud of batik? We must be proud of batik because batik is our legacy of our ancestors that we must preserve. Batik is also one of our country's identities that should be proud of. That's our presentations. Thanks for your attentions. Good afternoon.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hababil Wahinugroho. Let me introduce my team. The first is Daran Ahmadeus and second Afifa Nur Fadila. We will explain you the step by step how to make a batik clothes. The first step is we need to washing a clothes. Washing a cloth is to remove the starch and starch the cloth then dry it in the sun. Next, the second step is making a batik design. Making batik design of the process is called molani. There are two types on this designing of batik. First is a coastal motif. The first is like a flower or a butterfly motif. And the second is classic motif, usually in the form of symbol. Next is third step, making a batik on a cloth. The third step is to make batik on a fabric that has been patterned before. The design that were previously drawn using a pencil were thickness using malam or lilin. Next presentation will be Afifa Nur Fadila.
Okay, fourth step, give color to the fabric. The next step is the batik cloth that has been on batik. Then drip it in a certain dyes in the repeatedly to get the desired batik color. And fifth step, candle removing. After the second coloring is finished, you can start removing the malam from the fabric. The way is to dip on batik cloth in the water that has been heated on the stove, and 6 coral batik. 6 step the color batik, and the cloth is clean from malam and has dried. You can do the batik process again using malam. The goal is to maintain color in the first and second coloring, or just to fill a part that hasn't been colored with certain mode. And the next presentation is Daran.
Step 7. Ngelorot. Ngelorot is the process to lifting all malam on the cloth by boiling a cloth in boiling water. But previous on the cloth must be scraped using a knife so that the malam attached to the cloth is gone. The aim is to remove the malam layer so that motif that have been made on the fabric will seen clearly. 8. Washing batik fabric. After all the steps, you can wash the batik cloth and then dry it under the sun after batik. After that, the batik is ready to use. Thank you for Budhi Warman to give us a chance for the study trip.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon everyone. Let me introduce ourselves. My name is Aulia Salsabila Ramadhani. The second is Krishna Mulya. The third is Sabang Rian. And the last is Nurul Hasanah. First, we will tell you about batik. Batik is an illustrated cloth made by wearing wax on the fabric. Types of batik: batik tulis, batik cap, batik printing, and batik cap dan tulis. We went to Tempeland to see processing how to make tempe. And in this opportunity, we will explain about physics theory on roller coaster. Okay, Krishna will tell you about it.
Okay, I will explain the basic theory of physics. The first theory is Newton's theory. Newton's theory divided into 3. The first one says that if an object stay at rest, it will remain rest. If there is no external force, sigma force equals 0. The second theory says that when an unbalanced force is applied to an object, it causes it to accelerate. Sigma force equals mass times acceleration. Acceleration equals sigma force per mass. Newton's third theory says that for every action there is an equal but opposite reaction. Force action equals negative force reaction. The next theory will be explained by Sabang Rian.
Now I'm about to tell you about motion style. So straight motion can be divided into 2, namely GLB, which stands for regular straight motion, and GLWB, which stands for straight change or regular motion. The difference is S, which is movement or M, V, which is velocity or m per s, T, which is time or second. Second, GLWB is a straight motion of an object whose speed changes due to a constant acceleration. The previsions when the thing is being fast, Vt is more than Vo. When the thing is being slow, Vt is less than Vt. Next, GMB. GMB is the motion of an object through a circular path with a constant speed. If you want to find T, it is 1 per F, or F is 1 per T.
I will explain some physical theory on roller coaster or harvest time. The first is the potential energy. The potential energy do a roller coaster due to its position, like it has maximum value at the top of the track and it has zero value at the lowest of the track. The second is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is produced by roller coaster because of its motion or speed. So it has a zero value at the top of the track. The third is centripetal force. Centripetal force is the force to drive the object toward the center point. So when roller coaster move around, that force maintains the roller coaster to keep moving around. The fourth is centrifugal force. Centrifugal force occurs at bend. So when the roller coaster turn right, the passenger will be thrown to the left. The last is gravity force. Gravity force is the force that caused by the pull off the earth mass toward body mass.
Alright, that's our presentation about physics theory. And we got a lot of knowledge from Jungleland, and we use it on our daily activity. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon.
Hello, my name is Jesti Ariwulan Yusuf.
I am Kevin Nurwatu Bustamin.
My name is Dea Puspitasari and
once my friends Sena Arya Sukma.
Okay, next, what is tempe? Tempe is a typical food from Indonesia and is made from soybeans. Soybeans have several types: 1 Burgo, 2 Willis, 3 Kedelai, and 4 Malika. Next presentation will be Kevin Pramata.
Okay, now I will explain about the history of tempe. Tempe was discovered in the 15th century and developed before the 16th century. The word tempe comes from the Old Javanese language. That's the history of tempe. Thank you.
And I will explain how to make a tempe.
Okay, maybe many people ask how to plant soybean well. First, selection of soybean land. We need a loose soil. Next, formation of soybean bed. Then, basic formation of soybean land. Finally, how do we grow soybean plants? We must follow it in order to plant well.
And what ingredient we need? We need our soybean seed and ears. And how to make it tempe? First, you must wash the soybean, then soak for 5 hours. 5 hours, then wash again. Second, you must boil the soybean for about 30 until 45 minutes and then reduce them overnight. Third, remove the epidermis using a hand or machine. The wash thoroughly. Fourth, steam for 20 minutes. And 6, you must cool and sprinkle of the temperatures and you stir well. And the last, to produce good tempe, it takes 2 days of the fermentation in the room temperature.
Next, this is one picture of the process of making tempe in Tempeland. Next, the benefit of tempe for the body is 1. A rich source of protein, that meat.
2. A source of calcium equivalent to cow's milk. 3. The only source of vitamin B12 for vegetable. 4. As an antioxidant. And 5. Healthy for baby and who are running a natural diet program.
Thanks Budhi Warman for giving a pleasant experience. Bye.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, guys. My name is Nabila Putri Nanda. I'm from 10 Social 3 and we will presenting of Janggalan. Let me introduce first Mutia Maulidina, second is Naufal, third Arina Yuli Saraswati.
Now we're gonna talk about market system. Definition of market economy is an economic system in which decisions related to investment, production, and distribution are based to the relationship between demand and supply, which determines the price of goods and service.
Janggalan economic system. The economic system in Janggalan is a modern market system.
Now we'll talk about the payment system. The payment system on Janggalan is consists with two systems. That system is cash and no cash or debit.
Okay, now number 7. The benefit Janggalan gets. Janggalan also get 5% profit from every outlet that sells at the place.
The distance from Jakarta to the Janggalan is about 56 kilometers. Based on Google Maps, it takes about 56 minutes. While from Bogor to the Janggalan, the distance is 17 kilometers and takes about 26 minutes.
And this is data taken from Janggalan. Thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon. My name is Isyam Ayashi.
My name is Nur Fadila and my friend Amarta Syaputra.
And my friend Masa Safero. Today we will discuss about hortadol. First, history of the hortadol. Second, the process of making the hortadol. And 3, economy value. History of hortadol. Hortadol is made of wood powder and a combination of hydroponic material arranged in such a way and planted with plant seeds in. Taking short of horticulturdolls, hortadols are the creation of agronomy horticulture faculty students who have been produced since 2004. This thinking originated from the desire to provide early education about agriculture to children. So, what are the tools and material for making them, and how is the manufacturing process, and what are the change in economy value process? Recycling system. What is recycling system? Recycling is the process of turning a used material with the aim of preventing waste that can actually make something useful. This hortadol is made from wood scrap and are put into stocking.
And next, material and tools. Size cord, tape, rope, flannel, toy ice, glue. Making step and process. How to make a hortadol. First step, suppose we make a hortadol. Let's just say this hortadol has become the head. Second step, first we make the nose first, so that we form a tie with rope. Third step, we attach the toy eyes. Fourth, make a smile mouth with flannel fabric, then stick it. Fifth step, we add ribbons so that the hortadol is pretty.
classification of economic and non-economic goods. Economic goods is an item that acts as means of satisfying human needs while in quantity limitation. Example: vehicles, clothing, chemical, drugs, etc. B. Non-economic goods. It's an item that acts as a means of satisfying human needs, but in quantity it has no limits. Example: wine, oxygen, sunlight, etc. Change in economic value that occurred in Hortadol. It can be concluded that the manufacture of Hortadol has many benefits. The remaining fragments of food that have not value can be turned into something of economic value like this Hortadol. Only by inserting wood chips into stocking and inserting seeds, this will be very profitable because it will get a high annual sale value.